Coach, thanks for joining us on this season wrap-up edition of Cardinal Rewind. Kind of give us your assessment on the 2012 season and, what the team did good, what, you wanted more from them, and then what we can look forward to in 2013-14.
I think overall the season was a solid year. Obviously, you always want to do better in terms of wins and losses, but one thing I liked is our guys played hard. We were great defensively every single day. And then season for our first year, it was good to have the guys, the upperclassmen step up and lead. And that kind of paved way for next year with the younger guys. We had a lot of we have a lot of incoming freshmen, a lot of freshmen this year. So having the upperclassmen step up and lead for us was a good thing. So for our first season, I was happy with it. No, we can always do better though.
Just wrapped up your spring recruiting session and added 4 more kids to your class of 3 that was signed in the fall. Kind of give us a little bit of, information on each one of those guys and what we're getting as players.
Well, with this class, obviously it being our first recruiting class, this is a very big class for us. We signed 3 early in the spring, CJ, Wade, and John. To have to get these 4 guys was pretty big for us. We got Devin Dixon first. He's a true back-to-basket big man, which is hard to find nowadays. He comes from a great program in Cathedral from Indianapolis. Then we also got Caleb Davis, who's another 5-man, but he's actually 4 or 5-ish. He can stretch the floor, so it brings a little bit more versatility. And then we got Lindsey Johnson. He's a junior college kid from Wyoming. Went to school in Wyoming, but from North Carolina. He brings a level of maturity because we're really young next year. And also he can shoot the basketball as well. And then the last guy was Garrett Hall. He's from Indianapolis Cathedral as well with Devin. Great program, great defender, rebounder. So this is a good class for us because we filled out a lot of pieces in terms of recruiting. So we look forward to getting them on campus and working with them.
Now you mentioned, in your introduction there of your incoming players that we're going to be really young next year. I think 5 players coming back from this year's team. So, with the combination of 7, we're going to be mostly freshmen. Talk about what, as coaches, you guys have to do in order to get those players ready to get on the floor.
Well, I think one thing that helped is we established a culture this year so the returners understand what's expected of them. So when the new guys come in, and we have 7 new guys come in next year, they can kind of slide right in. And we just we'll be young, so we'll make our mistakes, we'll take our blows, but we can always control 2 things: our attitude and our effort. So as long as our guys have those 2 things, I think we'll be moving in the right direction. But it's a process when you're dealing with young guys, so we just have to stay with it, stick with it, and that's why getting guys like Lindsey will help because he's older. He hasn't played here, but he has 2 years of college basketball experience.
For those kids out there that are looking to maybe play college basketball and at any level, as coaches, what do you look for in players when you're out on the recruiting trail?
The first thing is character. I mean, you can have the most talent in the world, but if you don't have any character, it's going to show. Character shows on the basketball court, so that's the first thing. And after that, you start to look at things like talent. Can they shoot the ball? Shooting is such a rarity nowadays that if you can find players that can make jump shots, that's a plus. Then how hard they play. So effort's a huge thing too. Like I said before, attitude and effort is what we can control. We don't want to bring in guys and try to make them play hard because it's not a choice. You're either going to play hard or you're not playing at all.
Coach, thanks for joining us today. We look forward to the upcoming basketball season and seeing what these young players can do on the court.
Yep, thanks for having me.